SCP-4217, AKA Contain The Bismark. Containment Class Keter. Disruption Class LAM. Risk Class Danger. Special Containment Procedures. Foundation Naval Forces are to patrol SCP-4217's territory with 3 or more battleships under the guise of the British Royal Navy. During a hostile state, naval forces are to engage SCP-4217 until it reverts to a passive state. Survivors from civilian vessels attacked by SCP-4217 are to be recovered and processed in accordance with maritime disinformation protocols. Description: SCP-4217 refers to both the Bismarck, henceforth SCP-4217-A, an anomalous German battleship sunk on 1941 May 27th, and the large cephalopoid organism that spews the inside of its hull, henceforth SCP-4217-B. SCP-4217-B possesses a pair of octopoid eyes which protrude from the base of SCP-4217-A's superstructure, and 12 100 to 200 meter long muscular hydra that extend from an opening in the stern. Aside from the presence of SCP-4217-B, SCP-4217-A shows no signs of damage and is sustained for battle or subsequent decades submerged underwater. SCP-4217-B operates SCP-4217-A systems. This includes its full armament of 8 main guns, 44 secondary guns, and 12 anti-aircraft guns. SCP-4217-B also can operate SCP-4217-A's propellers to reach speeds approaching 40 knots, but only while surface. While submerged, SCP-4217 achieves locomotion via ejection of water from SCP-4217-B's body cavity, with an average speed of approximately 30 knots. SCP-4217 typically remains submerged at a depth of 500 to 1100 meters, navigating its territory. However, SCP-4217 will periodically surface and enter a hostile state. During this period, SCP-4217 will seek and attack non-threatening targets such as civilians and cargo ships. If sufficiently damaged, it will revert to a passive state. Otherwise, it reverts after a median 9 hours. Random 1. History. The SCP-4217 designation was previously referred to only to the Bismarck itself, which was believed to have been neutralized in 1941. A previous version of this document can be found below. On 1985 February 16th, a team from MTF Gamma 6 deep feeders was dispatched to verify the status of SCP-4217. On 1985 February 19th, the surface crew reported that the dive team had remained submerged for several hours, was past what the oxygen supplies allowed. Shortly thereafter, they detected the distress signal from the submergible's black box recorder and retrieve it. Transcript follows. Subject forward. Subjects are Agents Victor Miller and Charles Taylor that are board a Model SM-03 submersible equipped with a Model RV-1 marine probe. It begins 20 minutes into recording. Begin log. Hey, point the lights that way. I think I saw something. Sure. Pause. Yeah. I think that's it. Man, I never thought I'd be happy to see a swastika. Laughs. Seriously? Clears the throat. Let the record show that we have located the wreckage of SCP-4217. We will now begin our survey on its current status. It looks like this stern been buried in sand, likely from a landslide caused when it struck the base of this mountain. Wait, we're underwater. Is landslide the right word? Let the record also show that night, but knows the word for an underwater landslide. Anyways, bring us in so we can confirm the kill and get out of here. On it. Hey, the file mentioned a psionic field. Check the case counter. Right. Looks like it's normal background levels. Alright. Confirming the absence of psionic influence. The ARI is showing slightly higher than normal EVE levels, but below what they said would indicate the protection runes being active. Good. We're 2 for 2 so far. Yeah, looks like this whole trip is going to be a waste of time. I don't know why they thought they might still be a threat. It got shelled for something in like two straight hours, and then spent 40 years at the bottom of the ocean. Not so sure. Take a look at the hole. What do you mean? It just looks like a normal ship's hole. Yeah, exactly. You think it had things like barnacles all over it after 4 decades? So it's not anomalously barnacle proof? Big deal. It's a big deal if it means that other properties are still active. Yeah, I know. Hang on a sec. Let me see what else is in the file. Shuffling papers. Not much concrete info. Well, from what I remember. Well, says here it could regenerate. Wait, that might be the barnacle proofing. There's the mutation ammo, which supposedly got blown up, and some kind of power supply that may or may not be anomalous. Yeah, that's not much to go on. And the last two would be be inside the hall. Well, no way the subs are going to get inside. Looks like it's time for the robot. Yes, so trying to find us an open patch or something. And now get started up. I think saw something early here up on the bow. Yeah, here. That look big enough? That'll work. All right. Let's see what's inside. Extended silence. Dang. It's in an even better condition inside. It's gotta be regenerate. We should have seen some sign of battle right by now. Yeah, it's pointless. I don't even see any rust. You can still see these signs. Speaking of which, I think that one is pointing towards the turrets. Let's go. Extend the silence. There should be skeletons, right? The file said 1,500 crew members were unaccounted for. Yeah, I know. Dang, this is creepy. Pause. Well, here it is. Let's do it. What the heck? We seem to have found something attached to the interior of one of the main turrets. It looks like stone, but that doesn't seem right. It looks like it's coming through the bulkhead there. I'm taking us around to the other side. Pause. Yeah, there's even more here. There's even more down that corridor. Seems to get thicker towards the stern. It looks like it's growing from that way. Shoot. I really don't think this is stone. Yeah, we should we take a sample to the surface. I think it's a good idea. Come on, man. We've got a job to do here. Size. Alright. I'm doing it. Pause. Shoot. That's definitely not stone. It's like rubber. All the more reason to find out what the heck it actually is. Come on, you piece of... There you... What's that stuff coming? Shoot, it's bleeding. Get us out of here, Beck. Low pitch rumbling. Get us out here, Beck. Wait, what about the robot? Forget the robot. I'm cutting the umbilical. Now let's go. Fine, I'm on it. Pause. Did you see that on the superstructure? Yeah, the ship has eyes. Why does it have eyes? Shoot. This was supposed to be an easy mission. 1,500. What was... I think rumbling sound of bending metal. Something they grabbed us. Sound of glass cracking. Shoot. There's gotta be some sound of rushing water. It cuts to static and log. The first sighting of SCP-42217 in its current form was made shortly thereafter. It was responsible for two cargo carriers and one cruise liner prior to the establishment of current containment procedures. Cover stories were dismantled to explain the lost vessels. Foundation information teams constructed a replica of the Bismark and sank it 100 kilometers east of the location of SCP-42217. SCP-4217's rediscovery. Assignments were made for a high-profile civilian oceanonaut for the discovered on 1989 0608. Addendum 2. Recovered documents. Following the collapse of the USSR and subsequent dissolution of GRU Division P, the Foundation acquired a number of documents that at GRUP had recovered during the Soviet occupation of Germany. Among these documents were a number of intentional obscure corpse memos believed to be related to SCP-4217, translated from the original German. From Dietrich Kloschner to Karl Reutener. Subject: Black Forest specimen. Commander Reuter. The specimen's condition has finally stabilized, although it remains essentially comatose. Fortunately, this state of affairs suits our purposes. Only, most of the damage doesn't seem to have been caused by the crash. But I digress. I can explain more during your inspection next week, if you're interested. We estimate that the nutrient supplies recovered with the specimen will last at least another month. After analyzing some samples, the nutrients seem to be mostly carbon-based, with a few exotic ingredients that we would be able to synthesize. Progress on interfacing with the specimen with modern electrical systems is also on schedule. In Form B and V, that contract F should have its engine within the air. HH. From Otto Schmidt to Karl Reuter. Subject: Artifact. Commander Reuter. Sir, I have some reservations about your plans with the artifact. Yes, the trials did show that its effects could extend out the ranges you desire, but they were greatly diminished. Furthermore, our test subjects have been far from peak physical or mental health. We don't know if it will do more than slightly confuse his enemy crews. Please, we need to study more before we're trying to use it. HH. Karl Reuter to Hans Meyer. Subject: Compound 17. Dr. Meyer, in the 3 years that you've been given work on your little soldier enhancement project, it has been a consistent disappointment. However, after reading the report on latest failure, I believe you may have accidentally created something useful. I will be at your facility for this Thursday for a demonstration of Compound 17 and its interesting side effects. If what you show me is satisfactory, I might be willing to extend your deadline. I suggest you take full advantage of this opportunity. In light of this discovery, the Foundation should conduct investigations of the individual who was named in these correspondence. This is records indicates the death of Otto Schmidt in 1940 and Hans Meyer in 1941, with no evidence found that to contradict his info. Quasener was acquired by the United States military in Operation Paperclip and later died of natural causes in 1976. The Department of Defense has thus far refused to disclose information on his post-war work. References to Carl Reuter can be found in other obscure documents up to 1944. After which, no further info on him has yet found. Addendum 3. Incident 4217-09. On 1993 0722, SCP-4217 appeared to enter a hostile state, and Foundation naval forces prepared to enact special containment procedures in response. However, before any vessels were able to reach firing range, Kurt Wagner, captain of the SCPS as named, noticed that SCP-4217 was not moving from the location where it had surfaced. As this was different from previously observed behavior, Captain Wagner ordered the SCPS as Caesar and SCPS Partholon to hold position while he investigated. SCP-4217 was unresponsive to the presence of the SCP-PS named, even when the latter drew within 200 meters. After a brief period of observation, Captain Wagner attempted to hail SCP-4217 over the radio. The transcript follows. Begin log. This is Captain Kirk Wagner of the SCPS as named. Can you understand me? Extend the silence. Repeat. This is Captain Kirk Wagner of the SCP-PS named. Can you understand me? Please respond. Confusion. Captain Wagner. You speak German? German. Pause followed by opening bars of Die Janj. Yes. Clear throat. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, you ship. Captain, SCP-4217 is just focused on us. Yes, that's us. What about you? Can you tell us where you are or where you came from? Confusion. Do you mean you don't know or that you don't understand? Understand. Remember many. Confusion. What do you mean? Remember many. Captain, it's sending us here's a video feed. Show me and make a recording of it. Yes, sir. Video consists of hundreds of images in rapid succession. Notable subjects include various early 20th century German cities, an unknown artificial structure in space, Adolf Hitler delivering a speech, the HMS Ark Royal, the planet Jupiter, and the SCP-PS Caesar. What is this? Remember, men. So are these your memories? What was that? Was that Jupiter? Is that where you came from? Is that where you're from? Confusion. Jupiter, the big planet with the red spot. The storm, red. The feed begins to showing images of Jupiter with increasing frequency, and quickly it turns into a single video. The viewpoint of the video is approaching the planet, specifically the great red spot, red storm, red clouds. Captain, the tentacles are starting to twitch. I think it's getting agitated. Put some distance between us and it. Our weapons still trained on it? Good. Hold fire until I give the order. Tell Caesar and Babylon to prepare and engage. SCP-4217. Please calm down. What's wrong? The video is now very close to Jupiter's great red spot. Now visible at the center storm is SCP-2399. The image flickers and changes multiple times, first replacing SCP-2399 with the HMS Ark Royal, then SCP-PS named. Incoherent shrieking. A bright red flash obscures the video. SCP-4217 begins to fire erratically in all directions while thrashing its tentacles. Open fire! The SCP-PS Nam, Caesar, and Partholon subdued SCP-4217 without further incident. SCP-4217 has not responded to subsequent attempts at communication.